Hey everyone, welcome to Man Who Eats. Today, I'm eating a childhood favorite and a true taste of upstate New York, chicken Spiedies with Syracuse salt potatoes. I grew up halfway between two tentpole upstate New York cities, Binghamton and Syracuse, and this dinner dish combines two iconic foods from the central and southern tier regions. Spiedies were a staple of summer cookouts, state fairs, county fairs, you name it. In fact, the smell of chicken cooking over hot charcoal, be it Spiedies, Cornell Chicken, or Fireman's barbecue chicken down the street, is a constant summer scent in upstate New York. The spiedie is a traditional Italian peasant food, but found its modern birth in New York's southern tier. Trying to identify the godfather of Spiedies can be a bit tricky. Some give credit to Augie's Bar in Endwell around 1939. Others say the honor should go to Pete Chirac and his Sharky's Bar and Grill in Binghamton around 1950. Today, the Lupo brothers are considered by many to be the torchbearers of the new Spiedie generation. There are many restaurants that serve the blue-collar sandwich. For my money, I like the Spiedie and Rib Pit on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. There, my father and I would lunch any weekend we were in the area. The eatery also came to national relevance by serving Spiedies to then-President Barack Obama when he visited Binghamton University. If you want more history on the Spiedie, check out A Taste of Upstate New York, linked in the description below. So how do we make it? Let's start with the marinade, and this recipe comes from my grandmother, who was a lifelong Southern Tier resident. If you'd like to purchase your marinade, I've linked to a couple options in the description. In a measuring cup, combine 1/3 cup olive oil, 2 tablespoons white vinegar, the juice of 1 lemon, 2 garlic cloves minced, 1 teaspoon of oregano, a pinch of salt, black pepper, 2 mint leaves finely chopped, and when it's all together, whisk and set aside. Next, we'll cube 2 chicken breasts. Some people will tell you to use boneless, skinless chicken thighs, but I find their fat content makes them greasy on the finished sandwich, so I prefer to use chicken breasts myself. You'll want to cut pieces slightly larger than bite size so they don't just immediately burn up on the hot grill. Place the chicken in a gallon-sized resealable bag and pour the marinade over. Close the bag, give it a mix, and refrigerate overnight. That's right, this is a long marinade, 24 hours. Once they come out of the fridge, they will look something like this. Skewer the pieces, packing the chicken tightly on the rod. It should look something like this. Now we can finally get cooking. Get your grill fired up to 450 degrees direct or medium-high cooking if you're using a gas grill, though tradition says to always cook this over charcoal. While the grill is heating up, let's make the compound butter for both the hoagie rolls and the salt potatoes. Mix together a stick of softened butter, a pinch of salt, 1 tablespoon of fresh thyme leaves, and a tablespoon of garlic powder. Use half the mixture to butter the hoagie rolls and set the rest aside. Now let's work on the salt potatoes. Salt potatoes get their name from the salt industry's history in Syracuse, New York, and they are extremely flavorful and easy to make. They are a perfect side dish for your cookouts and pair beautifully with a chicken Spiedie. To learn more about the history of salt potatoes, order the book, A Taste of Upstate New York, linked in the description. For this recipe, I'm using Yukon Gold potatoes, but you can use new potatoes or fingerling potatoes as well. In central New York, you can literally buy a bag of potatoes labeled salt potatoes at the grocery store. Fill a large pot with water and bring to a boil. Add 1 cup of kosher salt and stir until dissolved. Add the potatoes and cook for 20 to 30 minutes uncovered until fork tender. When the potatoes are finished, they will be floating and you'll be able to easily prick them with a knife or a fork. Drain out the water and return the potatoes to the warm pot with the remaining compound butter we made earlier. Stir until the butter is melted and the potatoes look glossy and delicious. Cover the pot and keep warm. Let's get back to those Spiedies. Once the grill is up to temperature, add the Spiedies and cook for a total of 8 minutes, turning every 2 minutes until all sides are charred and the internal temperature reaches 160 degrees. Remove to a cutting board while you toast those hoagie rolls. Toast the rolls lightly on one side, just enough to get some grill marks, but remain soft. Pile the cooked chicken on the rolls and serve with salt potatoes on the side. If you really want to be true to CNY, put it all on a paper plate and wash it down with a Utica Club beer. And that, my friends, is a summer cookout favorite from upstate New York to wherever you live. The full recipe is available at manwhoeats.com and in the description. And if you want to follow along as I share other upstate New York recipes, hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you next time.